Okay, so this is part 2, which is detailing my own experiences with acne-prone skin and breakouts and things like that, and how my skin personally reacted to this Murad Get Clear Live Clear system. If you haven't seen part 1, which is basically an overview of the 5 steps of this system, then please click right here for part 1. I have been struggling with breakouts and bad skin and skin problems in general for about, give or take, a decade. And so I'm very familiar with how frustrating and how painful it can be to not have clear skin and then to not have products work for you. I have combination to oily skin. I generally have oily skin, which basically means that every part of my face secretes oil at an alarming rate, and I go through like oil blotting sheets like crazy. But every now and then, especially during winter, my cheeks will be okay, but my T-zone is always, always, always oily. Because those are the oily areas, those are the areas that I tend to break out the most. I heard a lot of really, really good reviews about this Murad system, and I was kind of skeptical at first, but I seriously went through the couple hundreds or probably even more pages of reviews on Sephora, on a lot of other websites, and read every single review before I decided to buy the system. In addition to having problematic skin, I also have really sensitive skin. So my skin reacts really, really easily with any kind of products that I use. I've tried the Proactive system, I've tried the Shiseido line, the Clinique line, I've tried Aveeno, I've tried pretty much all the drugstore brands there are out there, but nothing has worked for me personally. Chancing upon this system, I was kind of like, could this be the miracle system that just gets me clear skin? So the first day that I used it, I noticed that the cleanser, which is this cleanser right here, was very, very cooling, and it felt very refreshing. So I definitely liked the cooling sensation and the refreshing feeling that it left on my face. But I was kind of worried when I used the toner, which is this toner right here, and it was so intensely cooling that my face kind of felt like it was on fire. It felt like my skin was burning off. So I lessened the use of this the second day. And what really worried me about this was that even though I kept it away from areas of my eyes watered when I used this on my face. I also thought the exfoliating acne gel was, this thing was really, really sticky. The acne spot treatment, this little tube right here, smelled awful. I hated the smell. It has sulfur in it, so I definitely expected it, but nonetheless, it was pretty bad. And the residue that it left really bothered me because it left like different patches of my face yellow. And the hydrating skin perfecting lotion was also really frustrating because it smelled awful, even though it doesn't have any active ingredients against acne. By the 4th day of using this day and night, I was finding that my skin was responding really, really badly to it. Over the course of my battle with acne, I guess you can say, I've tried so many different products that I kind of know what my skin reacts like when it's just trying to, get used to a different kind of product. It didn't really feel like that for this system. It felt more like my skin was telling me this is a really bad system for me. And what happened was my face felt so tight that it hurt to smile, it hurt to talk, especially around the mouth area and the eye area. And it was strange because I kept the products to a minimum around those areas. I noticed flaking around my mouth and flaking around my eyes. I added a moisturizer that I've been using for a couple years now, and it's always worked well for me. Even adding that on top of this moisturizer did nothing for my skin. And so by the end of the first week, I cut back on the system and just used the 5 steps once a day. I used it at nighttime. Unfortunately, by the 2nd week, my skin had not gotten better. So I stopped using the system, and then it took about 3 weeks, give or take, for my skin to go back to normal. And that was with the addition of 2 different moisturizers, and I added a moisture renewing pack even, and it still took that long for my skin to get back to normal. After my skin had gotten back to normal, I decided to give this system one more try. So I tried using it again, and after the first day, my skin started flaking again. Obviously, my skin is different from other people's, and everyone has their unique chemistry that react differently with different products. And so just because this system didn't work for me doesn't mean that it's not going to work for you. On the bright side though, this cleanser I felt was really, really lightweight, and if maybe it wasn't so strong in salicylic acid, coupled with the other components of the system, my skin wouldn't have reacted as badly because, you're really just using this and then you're washing it off. The sulfur spot treatment is definitely the most drying component of this entire system, just because sulfur is meant to dry out your breakouts and everything. I put this on my spots of acne and it did nothing. The clarifying toner, really, really, really cooling. So you want to go easy on this, but it does have a really refreshing feeling. Skin Perfecting Lotion, hated it because it just smelled really bad. If it's the last thing that you put on your face, you'd imagine you'd at least want to, have some sort of pleasant smell to it, but this smelled like burnt rubber. Like I said, just because it didn't work for me, it doesn't mean it's not going to work for you. So thank you guys for watching, and if you have any questions, please leave me a comment down there, and I'll have more videos about skincare and beauty and things like that in the future. Thank you.